You're sitting at the dinner table, and everything looks fine. The food is warm, the lights are soft, maybe there's even some quiet music playing in the background, and yet you feel it, that low, tight feeling in your chest that you've stopped naming. You reach for your glass. Your partner says something ordinary, and you nod and smile, and somewhere deep inside you, something goes silent. If that scene felt familiar, this video is for you. Because today we're going to talk about the thing that is quietly dismantling more marriages than affairs ever could. And by the end, you'll know exactly what to do about it. Most people think resentment looks like anger, like slammed doors and raised voices, and someone finally saying what they mean. But that's not how it actually works. Real resentment, the kind that kills a marriage slowly, doesn't announce itself. It learns to be quiet. It learns to wear the face of patience. It gets very, very good at pretending it isn't there. Here's the shift you need to make before anything else will help you. Resentment doesn't begin with your partner. It begins with you in a moment where you had a need, and you didn't say it. Maybe you thought it was too much to ask. Maybe you were afraid of conflict. Maybe you told yourself you were being generous when actually, underneath that generosity, you were quietly keeping score. And here's the part that stings. That score? You've been keeping it for years. Every time you swallowed your disappointment, every time you said, it's fine, when it wasn't, every dinner where you smiled through a feeling you couldn't name, it didn't disappear. It just went underground. And underground feelings don't die. They organize. The long-term cost of this is something most couples never see coming. Because on the outside, you look stable. You look committed. You've built a life together. But inside the relationship, in the invisible emotional architecture that holds everything up, there's been a slow erosion. And one day, one ordinary Tuesday, someone says something small, something genuinely small, and the whole thing cracks. Not because of that moment, because of the 1,000 moments that came before it. Let me just say this directly, and I want you to really let it land. Silence is not the same as peace. You have been mistaking your willingness to go quiet for emotional maturity. And I say that with complete compassion, because I understand why. Keeping the peace feels like love. It feels like sacrifice. But if the peace you're keeping is built on unexpressed truth, it is not peace. It's a held breath, and you cannot hold your breath forever. And look, this is a part that's hard to say out loud. A lot of us, we were never taught that our needs were something another person could actually hold. So we learned to minimize them. We learned to manage around them. We became so fluent in suppression that we started calling it strength. That is not strength. That is loneliness with very good posture. So what do you actually do? Because awareness alone won't save a marriage. You need something to reach for. The first thing, and I want you to sit with this one because it sounds almost too gentle to be useful, is what I call the warm confession. It's not a confrontation. It's not a breakdown. It's the practice of naming something small softly before it becomes something big. It sounds like this. Hey, I've been carrying something, and I haven't known how to bring it up. That's it. That's the whole first sentence. Just that. The warmth is in the approach. The safety is in the softness. And the courage is in the act of beginning it all. You feel it the moment you say it. There's a loosening somewhere behind your sternum, a kind of release that feels almost physical, like setting down something heavy you'd stopped noticing you were carrying. The room feels slightly different. The air between you and your partner shifts, just barely, just enough. This habit, done consistently, slowly dismantles the architecture of silent resentment from the inside. But there is a second practice, and this one is harder. This one requires something from you that feels genuinely dangerous. I call it the deliberate rupture. It is the act of choosing on purpose to say the thing you've been most afraid to say, not recklessly, not as a weapon, but with full presence and full ownership. I have been angry with you about something I never told you. I want to tell you now. That sentence will make your hands cold. Your voice might shake. Everything in your nervous system will read it as a threat. And it is, in a way, it's a threat to the false peace you've both been living inside. But on the other side of that rupture is something neither of you has felt in a long time. Real contact. Two people actually reaching each other. The person who does this work, who learns to speak before the silence becomes a wall. That person doesn't just save a marriage. They become someone their partner can actually find. Not the managed version. Not the one who nods and smiles and keeps the dinner conversation light. The real one. The one with edges and disappointments and needs that are sometimes inconvenient and entirely worth knowing. You already know which words you've been swallowing. The only question left is whether you're ready to say them.